Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. This is Hybrid Plus channel, and in this video I want to talk about the operation of the hydraulic steering system. According to the video, you can see the component's name, which is rack and pinion steering gear. Then there is a piston. We have rotary valve, which is the main component of the hydraulic steering system, and power steering houses, power steering float reservoir. If you see, there is a two float line. One of them is to reservoir, and the second one that the oil and float is coming from the pump, so it's pressurized oil. And the rotary valve, one of the most common and important components of the hydraulic steering system, that you can see the more option and operation in the next slides. About the rack and pinion steering gear, it has helical cut. So if there is a gear with the helical cut, it means it has more contact surface. If there is a more contact surface, in that moment more torque and less vibration will happen. Why we using the hydraulic? We use the hydraulic assistant to the steering rack or box to enhance the steering system performance. Hydraulic pump operation. This type of pump generates flow inside the steering system and supplies the necessary force to turn the steering gear. Since the engine crankshaft normally drives the power steering pump, the fluid flow is maintained while the engine is operating. Centrifugal vane pumps are among the most widely used hydraulic pumps found in most vehicles. The pump shaft rotates to cause the rotor to spin, and rotatable vanes inside an oval shaft camber hydraulic pump to push fluid to the outlet side of the pump housing, where it passes through a flow and pressure relief valve before entering the supply houses. Fluid is drawn into the pump housing from the reservoir by the rotating vanes, which rotates and creates low pressure. So in this slide I tried to have a brief explanation about the principal operation of the hydraulic steering system. In the next slide we will see the common components name and their function. Again, we have the rotary valve definition. The rotary valve is the component in the steering wheel that detects force, which is the main object and duty of this. A torsion bar, a thin metal rod that twists when torque is applied, is a component of the rotary valve. So the name of the component inside the rotary valve, we became familiar to it. Then we have a steering column for connecting the steering wheel to the steering mechanism. You can find in all the steering systems. Then we have hydraulic piston. As you can see in the first slide, there is a piston, so it is hydraulic piston. It separates the hydraulic chamber into two equal portions. Then we have pressure tube power steering pump, carries hydraulic fluid from the power steering pump to the steering gear, and hydraulic control valve maintain or adjust the flow rate of hydraulic fluid. That you can see, it was two fluid pipe to reservoir and from the pump, which is the fluid was coming from the pump, and again it will circulate, it will cross the piston and goes to the reservoir. Then in this one, as you can see, the operation of the rack and pinion, that it moves only right and left, but with the help of the hydraulic, the movement and the operation of it became much more easier. Then we have intermediate shaft, that this type of the shaft actually in some of the cars which is there is not cover, you can see below the dashboard. Intermediate shaft we have. Then the active gear or rack and pinion gear. Then we have a steering cross tie rod at the both sides of the hydraulic steering system. Thank you for watching my videos, and if you like the video, please subscribe my channel and press the bell button.